Hello everyone. We have a very interesting IPO coming next week named Biacon Trusteeship Limited IPO. If you were to believe GMP trend, then currently if you invest in this particular IPO, you will end up getting a profit of rupees 79,000. Should you really take the risk of investing in this SME IPO? Let us study this company in detail. So Biacon Trusteeship Limited was established in year 2015. Now this is a debenture trustee which is offering services like security trustee services, debenture trustee services, alternate investment fund, trustee to ESOP, securitization trustee, etc. Let me help you understand what this company is into in a layman's language so that you can take a better decision. Basically, Biacon Trusteeship Limited is a company. Let me explain you with an example. Supposedly, I want to issue a debenture. I am a company and I want to issue debentures to my investors. Now, I want a particular company who could do this on behalf of myself, who could advise me what should be the price range of the debenture, how to issue debenture, whether it will be a good decision to issue debenture to my investors or not. And here comes Biacon Trusteeship Limited Services. So this company provides services to the company who are offering debentures, or either they help them in taking care of their investors' investment, providing them financial expertise and advice, helping them to manage a lot of loans which are there, help them in escrow services, safekeeping, and other related financial and judiciary services as well. Now, let us concentrate on the important dates of this IPO. IPO will begin on May 28th. The face value of the share is rupees 10 per share. Price band ranges between 139 to 147 rupees per share. The lot size is 1000 share. Important thing to note in this IPO, there is an offer for sale in this particular SME IPO, which means if you calculate, roughly 28% of the entire IPO is offered for sale. Again, the IPO will open on May 28th. It will close by May 30th. Basis of allotment will be decided by May 31st. Initiation of refunds will start on June 3rd. And whoever has got the allotment, the shares will reflect in the credit of the demat account by June 3rd, and the listing date will be June 4th. So the minimum amount required to apply for this IPO will be rupees 1,20,000 under retail category, rupees 2,40,000 under HNI category. Important aspects of the, or I would say the object of this particular IPO issue is very important to note, because you should know for which purpose is the company going to use the proceeds of the IPO. So number one, it is aiming at building up infrastructure or technology infrastructure for its existing business. Interestingly, this company wants to acquire Biacon RTA Services Private Limited and wants to make it its wholly owned subsidiary so that the services of depository participant and registrar and share transfer agent can take place. Now, very interestingly, I would let me help you understand this whole scenario. So RTA, Biacon RTA Services Private Limited is actually a company who is acting as a DP, depository participant. Depository participant is nothing but like a Zirada who acts like a depository participant for you, who will purchase shares, help you in purchasing shares, selling shares, will also act as a share transfer agent. So similarly, Biacon RTA Services Private Limited is also performing these services as to date. So in case this company, which is Biacon Trusteeship Limited, acquires Biacon RTA Services Private Limited, it will be able to act as DP, depository, because this company becomes a wholly owned subsidiary then. So these services will also can be started by this particular company in order to expand its business horizon. It also wants to purchase new office premise and use the proceeds for general corporate purpose. Let us concentrate on the financial highlights of this particular company. Assets have been growing from March 2021 to March 2024. Again, the revenue growth has been steady but has been considerably good. Profit after tax has almost been more than 5 times in these from starting if we look the trend from 2021 to 2024, and net worth has also increased considerably. Reserve and surplus, we also see there is an increase, and borrowing has been zero. They had borrowing in 2021, but currently from 2022 to 2024, there is no borrowing at all, which means the company does not have any fixed obligation to make payment. Debt equity ratio makes no sense to be calculated here because this is completely debt free company, which is a very, very good or positive point over here. Important thing to note, in 2023 to 2024, the revenue has increased by 33% and PAT has risen by 34.25%. Now, again, a steady growth, the revenue and PAT have been growing at equal substance and equal, I would say, multiplying it equally. Now, the return on capital employed and the return on net worth shows above 25%, which is great. PAT margin has been again 25%, more than that, slightly more than that, which is again great. So the financials look very, very impressive. No debt at all for this company, considering this is more of a service provider. So obviously the increase in its assets have been there, but not to a great extent because it primarily deals in providing services. Yet it aims at opening new office premises to gain more visibility and more accessibility of different geographical areas as per the object of the issue, which is already covered. And I see the net worth, the profit after tax is also increasing at a considerable pace in this particular company. So financials look very good. But here, if we see the shareholding pre-issue is 67%, reduced to 46%. So a considerable amount has been offloaded by issuing this IPO. And price earning ratio pre-IPO was 16.49. Post-IPO, it becomes 20.99. Let us go to the interesting segment of this whole IPO talk, that will be GMP, gray market premium. As we talk today, the gray market premium ranges at 66% roughly. So obviously, this is above 50%. And if you ask me whether to apply or not in this particular IPO, as per my suggestion, as per my expectation from this IPO will be that it will give a decent listing again, considering there is not too much gap up or gap down in the market as of now. And if you were to consider my decision, I would be applying it this IPO considering below points. Number one, this is a debt-free company. Obviously, no fixed obligations make this company more strong. Second will be that this company has really been increasing in terms of revenue and PAT as well. The return on net worth, capital employed, everything is above 25%, interestingly. And it aims to open new premises with the proceeds of the issue. It wants to also start acting as a depository participant involved in transfer of the shares by acquiring its company, which is Beacon, um, Beacon again Services, RTA Services Private Limited. And I feel that this company has a huge way to go because this kind of service provider is very less in our particular market or domain. And I feel that there's a huge scope for this company to grow, expand in the coming years, considering the kind of services it is providing. And especially when we have a lot of SME segment, SME companies coming forward who want to avail such services. So this company is bound to grow in coming future. However, if you like this video, kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.